Watercooler, watercooler, watercooler.
Hello and welcome to Watercooler, episode number 254, also known as 69 plus 69 plus 69 plus 47.
We did it.
We did it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Got a lot of controversy to get into momentarily. But first, let me introduce everybody. My name is Chris Laxamana. You know how the show goes. It's where I hang out with my Coral Digital friends, kick it Philly style. With me today, Caelan Biehn.
What's going on?
Gary Smith.
What's up?
Matt Fondiler.
Hey, brother.
And Mike Dawson.
Yeah, controversy. You mean broversy?
Yeah. Or maybe controversy because...
Oh, good. I like that better.
Because let's just get into it. We got some listener comments, and we got to open this thing up.
Now it's time for listener comment.
We have to address this right away. Now, I love this part of the show. It's where I read our comments from the Facebook group. And it just, once again, if you'd like to join, facebook.com/group/Bobo Army Worldwide LLC. It's a great community, consistently growing. And I'm happy to be a part of it.
Not growing as fast as some people would like, but
it can
answer
grow
the
a little
questions.
faster. Oh, are you? How many people are you turning away?
A lot.
Gary Gatekeeper.
Quite a few.
Really?
It's not hard.
I think it's fair. I think it's
Just
fair.
let him in, man.
No, don't
I'm
let
trying
him
to
in.
get
They
the
gotta
numbers
listen.
up.
All
All
right,
right,
I like the
but
gatekeeping.
Dawson,
They got to listen to the show.
and Dawson, I think you'll
It's simple.
I think
You're
you'll
right.
abide by this. We had one guy today who his answer to the question was Gary was in a frat ? And Insomniac. Of course that's in. You don't have to get them both right, but show that you listen to the show.
Did we discuss this on this show, or did we discuss it in private where I said, I hate the guy who said rules are meant to be broken? No, they're not.
Yeah.
That's the fucking point of rules.
Very true.
So follow the rules and you can get in.
Yeah, rules were literally not meant to be broken.
meant to be broken.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to shit on your point, but isn't the expression that they were made to be broken?
It's same. Six of one, half dozen of another, my
Well,
friend.
I'm just saying if that is a
I
little
don't
more
know.
correct.
Maybe.
Or more to the point, maybe it's 6 in one, 9 in the other.
Rules were literally not made to be broken.
Literally.
And I'm glad you brought that up, Gary.
You're welcome.
The Facebook group. Great comments. Everyone's very funny.
Facebook.com/groups/Bobo Army Worldwide LLC.
That's right. But today I open up our Facebook group, and I see a couple messages, one from Derek Midas and one from Casey Peters. Two different posts. Now, Casey Peters, of course, just got married. Newly married Casey Peters. to Gabby. Lovely bride. And Derek Midas also made a post, and I'll read them both. So Derek,
we can bark at him too,
Yeah,
right? We don't know him as well, but still.
Derek kind of broke it open. He wrote, anyone else getting annoyed by all the 69 in the wild posts? Seems like the only thing that's ever posted here, and lack of substantial water cooler talk may bring me to leave this group.
Wow, it's
I'm with you,
drastic.
bud. No, I'm with him.
Dawson's with him. And then Casey writes, so can we all agree to give the 69s in the wild a break? And then he tags us all individually and goes, how say you? Now, for the newer listeners who may not know, in the group, we do 69s in the wild. Wherever you just see the number 69 anywhere in your life, it's become a thing to just post them into the group.
No one asked for this, by the way. It just started happening.
It really evolved into something strange.
I'm pretty sure we asked for
and
it.
beautiful.
Okay. I wasn't,
Pretty sure
I
it
wasn't
It was
part of that.
encouraged for a while, just because how bad could it be? I didn't at the time, Caelan, I didn't realize how often the number 69 really comes up in our lives.
Did you see the guy who posted a highly weathered receipt that he had clearly been holding on to for years, where the total came out to $69.69?
I sure did. Yeah,
It was a drop in the 69 bucket, though, Gary.
I know.
I think is what we're talking about here.
yeah. And Caelan, someone posted that they leveled up in Call of Duty, level 69.
Those are rookie numbers. You got to pump those up.
What number are you?
Father of two,
Like
ladies and
111
gentlemen.
right now.
111.
111.
Sour shoes, 111.
Sour Shoes at 111?
Yeah, it resets every 2 months though.
What's Fig at? In T-Bone?
They're at 120, 130 something.
No, that's smart. You got to team up with the bigger numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that dude who's number 69, will you let him
No.
join your squad?
Yeah, will you mentor
he
him
barks
the
at
way
you?
If I'm desperate.
Wow.
Desperate.
Give out your username again, just so people can find you and play with you.
Sour
It's
shoes.
Sour Shoes. Although there's some kind of number attached to it that I don't remember.
I mean,
think
how
it's
many numbers could there be?
902,
Just start
2599.
trying combinations.
Yeah.
Well, you can search by Sour Shoes, can't you?
I'm not sure.
Sour Shoes is a popular Howard Stern character that I'm sure he's not. I wonder if all the numbers afterwards are
is
because
that true?
Yeah.
That's where it comes from.
I've never listened to Stern, so.
Oh yeah, Sour Shoes is a staple of the Howard Stern show. He actually called into Ace on the House one time, impersonating to be Artie Lang, and had Adam on the phone for a good 30 minutes. Adam truly thinking that was Artie Lang. So
Pretty good. I
yeah,
remember that.
It was pretty funny actually, and so that I wonder because like my first screen name was DeBomb993,
Sure. As it would.
and I'm not saying that there were 992 other DeBombs and I just went in order, but I did have to figure out a number sequence afterward because all the other ones were taken.
I was El DeBarge, Rhythm of the Night.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that, and you were the only one, I'm sure. And then Matt, what was your first screen name?
Simpsons fan.
Hey, Matt, what's your current email address?
R.I.P. Matt's inbox. by the way.
I have a habit of doing that.
One of my friends, his first screen name. First, I'm going to spell it for you, and then I'm going to tell you what it was. It was HCCHOOOOOMP. And what it is the sound you make when you bite into a chip.
It's pretty good.
We were 9 years old.
Wow, that's
like
pretty
it.
impressive
It's
for a
pretty
9-year-old.
ahead of his time.
Yeah.
Caelan, what was your first screen name?
CDog492.
I mean,
And
you
what's
still
your-
use that
What's
for
your
stuff.
current email address? This is a fun bit, Chris.
Wow, people really have. I don't use DeBomb993 anymore. You
Yeah.
guys can look for that one.
I've never used El DeBarge, Rhythm of the Night. I just heard you say DeBomb, and I was like, DeBarge.
DeBarge. So
You remember El DeBarge?
No.
Oh, dude. Biggest hit when I was 13 years old, man.
So I could see how that would have been your
With the
screen name.
rhythm of the night. With
Oh,
the
yeah.
The morning light. Forget about the worries on the line.
Nice little
We
Latin
could leave
groove.
it all behind.
What was your first screen name then,
I
Mike?
have no idea. I don't think I ever
You didn't
had
have, like,
one.
an
I
avatar?
still don't think I have a screen name.
Well, we
This-
don't anymore.
It might have been
I don't know
Los
screen name
Angeles.
I don't think I've
Yeah.
ever had it was this for video games?
No, for like AOL Instant Messenger.
AIM.
I never had that.
So what? You don't even have. Okay, then what were your lyrics in your profile, in your away message?
Who's in your top 8?
Yeah, because it was like our first way of communicating online was AIM.
Yep.
My series was DeBomb993, and then I went to My Mom Says I'm Cool 4. Also had to get a number after that, but My Mom Says I'm Cool, a quote by Milhouse Van Houten. My mom says I'm cool.
Get that drop. That was a great impression.
And Gary, what about you?
Chris's first good impression.
Yeah.
Mix-a-lot 230.
What email? What's your current email, Gary?
Don't worry about it.
Don't pretend like you don't still use that email.
Mix-a-lot.
At AdamCurl.com.
You,
Mix-a-lot230 at avcurl.com.
Yeah, that's right.
Sir Mix-a-Lot, you were that big of a fan?
No, not particularly.
You just like to mix things up yourself?
Pretty much.
This is what you called yourself and how you carried your life?
Yeah.
You mixed it up?
He was an avid baker.
A lot of stirring.
Oh, yeah, very big in actual mixing.
A lot of mixing.
Yeah. What was your next one? Or do you still use it? I don't want to give it away.
Well, what you mean? Like,
Did you ever have another screen name after that?
oh, what am I, a monster?
You kept Mix-a-Lot the entire time?
Until AIM was no longer a thing. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I guess I'm
see-
surprised. I had two. Jenny was Windsurfing Chica.
That's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, Chris, you don't understand. When you have gold, like Mix-a-Lot 230,
Simpsons fan.
you don't let go of that.
That's true.
You
Yeah.
keep it. You put a ring on that screen name.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
very
that's
true.
right. Matt's correct. I'm glad you understand.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Well, anyway, getting back to the Facebook group. So, Derek and Casey, not happy with the 69s. I personally thought it was going to be a little much. Sure.
a lot.
It was a lot.
It is a lot.
It was
To where-
definitely a lot.
Because groups in Facebook alert you the most, I think, of any other kind of notification. And every time you click on it, it's a new 69. And sometimes it'd be cool, like Kevin McCarthy put a 69 of a frog on a scale. It was 69 ounces. And just made me have
a
more
big
questions.
fucking frog.
Why
It
are-
was grams, but
Oh, Grams. Whatever. Sorry, not else's.
Big fucking frog, dude.
Chris over here, 7-pound
Giant-ass
frogs.
It's easy, Grams. And yeah, it just made me wonder. Oh, Kevin's a frog dude. Let's explore that. Or Nicholas Holbert posted 69 in a Vegas bingo hall. Nicholas loves his bingo.
Yeah.
So does Matt.
Matt does
Yeah,
love his
right.
bingo. That's right. See, so you guys,
69 is classic on the board to get.
you guys could have
You guys-
connected,
you guys
but
see that subtle flex where Matt pointed out that he knows which letter is associated with 69.
Right. Yeah.
Well, we'd have to
that is
know,
a subtle
right?
flex.
Yeah.
You have to know. Yeah.
Yeah, so we all know. We all know.
We got to discuss your bingo because I have a lot of bingo questions. We'll get into that.
I just think we're all that good at math. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
And a lot of the comments within these posts are like, yeah, we're getting kind of over it. It's getting old. We want more water cooler talk. Let's get some more topics. Let's
I
get
like
some
to
topic
think
talk.
of the Bobo Boy Army Worldwide LLC as like a hive mind. You know, we're all actually kind of thinking the same thing at the same time. So you can understand why everyone thinks it's too much at the same time.
Yeah, it's a big group think tank.
That's right.
And I agree. When I go on there, I want to be more involved with the topics, and we all kind of are always on the same page. So a lot of people, even Stephen Shoemaker, Caelan, Shoemaker, he wasn't into it either. He's like, yeah, I'm kind of getting over it myself. So, and John Dittman wrote, but what if we actually see someone 69ing in the wild? To which I say,
Post away.
That's fine. I think that's where we can call it. So, for those who are listening to this episode, we can pump the brakes on the 69s in the wild unless they are truly extraordinary.
Right.
Yeah.
Somebody
that
taking
was a controversy.
Somebody took a crayon and
That's
then
all
wrote the number
controversy.
69 on a piece of paper and then took a picture of it.
Yeah.
Not impressed.
Yeah. Someone's like, episode 69 of the podcast I'm listening to,
Yeah.
or things like that. And yeah,
that's good.
let's get something crazy.
Yeah.
But it did open my eyes to how many times the number 69 really.
Numerology, man.
Yeah, it's really just.
It's cray.
Yeah.
You ever seen that movie Pie?
Yeah. Wait, no. Why did I say yeah to that?
American
No,
Pie?
I haven't.
You should see it. No, not American Pie. That would be a great version of those
Pie,
movies
like the
combined, though.
3.14.
Yeah, this is a Darren Aronofsky movie about a guy who's slowly going crazy, and it's like all about numerology, and he sees numbers everywhere, like the same pattern of numbers.
Oh.
It's a good movie. It's strange, but good.
I would like to watch that then. I love math movies. All right, let's get into a few more listener comments.
Name 3.
Okay. Well, I'd say like Good Will Hunting. Is a
Good.
math movie.
This is totally doable. I just
Beautiful
want to hear
Mind.
you do that.
Yeah, Beautiful Mind.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Chris, name 3.
I was going to Beautiful
Use
Mind
2
next.
more. No,
Now you
weren't.
can't use
Sure.
that one.
Because
You have
you
to
were-
name two more
It's
now.
off. Now you need 2 more.
Yeah.
Okay, I will say The Social Network. Eduardo's equation in the window.
Social Network is not a fucking math
I
movie.
don't think
That
that
doesn't
really
count.
works.
Okay. I love math in movies. Can I rephrase that? Wait, what are other math
21.
movies? 21's a great movie. I guess I do love math movies. I loved 21. I watched it recently, not as good as I remember it, but I still enjoy it and living vicariously through all those kids who became super rich.
Kind of hard to watch any Spacey movie where it's about him shepherding a bunch of young children.
I don't know, man. I think that guy. I don't know. I think he got totally fucked by Hollywood. I'm not sure what he did, but he never got convicted of anything.
Yeah.
And they immediately went out and completely ruined one of the best series, House of Cards.
That was a bummer. that didn't
Completely
go away.
pissed all over it.
Anyone ever watched the final
And
season
they
of
never
that?
look back. And they're
No.
putting like House of Cards is fucking kind of
Great.
It's being pushed by Netflix right now as one of their great things. But all of the promotional pictures are with Sean Penn's ex-wife. They're not. There's not one picture of Kevin Spacey, and yet it's 6 seasons of Kevin Spacey and then 1 season of her, and it just went. I don't know. I miss that dude.
I'm not really sure what he
I'd
did
like to
either
see-
at this point.
I'd
to
like
be
to see that
honest.
guy come back and make fucking movies. And if I was him, I think I'd be super fucking pissed at Hollywood.
Well, this is once again the argument of separating the art from the artist, and if we can do it, and to what degree? Like, for instance, the background of my phone, I don't have my phone in here, is
Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey. Yes.
Such a weird picture that you have as your backdrop.
Well, it's what we call a deep fake. You know those? No, it's a picture of a band called Brand New. It's one of their album covers, and I love it. I've had it on as a background on my phone for probably 7 years, maybe 8 years, and I just like it. Now
Ironic.
I've tried.
It's not brand new anymore. Sorry.
It
wasn't worth cutting you off. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I actually like that. Yeah, please. I don't mind if you do that. And now, whenever recently, a couple years ago, he got kind of Me Too'd, the lead singer. And
was it literally a kind of Me Too? It was like,
what does kind of mean?
did this to me?
Like a girl said that. I actually don't even know the full story, but it was when all the other Me Too stuff started really happening. So everyone was kind of coming out with their own versions, and I don't think it was that big of a deal because the band didn't have to break up. The band didn't have to. He didn't get canceled really, but I remember people were like, "Oh, you got to change your background," and I tried it. I changed my background for a little bit, just because it's time for change. Come on, Chris.
You should change it up every once in a while.
Change it up every. Yeah. What is your background, Caelan?
It is. Oh wait, hold on. There's text in the way. It's an adorable picture of me and my daughter.
Oh, that is a great photo.
So cute.
And yeah, so that's Caelan's background. Very adorable. Mine is so obviously you've done that recently because your daughter is quite young.
Yes, that was fairly recent.
Yeah, so I can't do that anyway. And
Ooh, watch yourself, it's the claw!
And so I thought I'd change it up. I didn't like it. Whatever I change it to, whether it be a picture of nature or
nurture
or space or nurture. Yeah, but whether it's
just a picture of two people hugging.
Guys, just let him keep listing things that aren't Jenny.
I just can't think of any picture. Thousands of ideas went through his mind.
Nature, space, a puppy.
Oh, God.
Guys, step on it when he's just digging himself into a grave. I swear to Christ.
So, no, what's your new picture, Chris? What'd you
Jenny.
settle on?
So it's now Jenny. No, it was whether it was a picture of nature or nurture or space. I didn't like it, so it is still currently brand new because it's become sort of my identity. And I still love the music the band plays, so I'm okay with listening to brand new. Obviously, I'm not okay with anybody having sexually harassing another person. And same thing with Kevin Spacey. We all cannot deny that he's a brilliant actor, right?
Yeah.
I mean, didn't he recently just come out with a master class as well, like with that company Masterclass for acting?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, are we sure that he hasn't been charged with anything or whatever Dawson said? Because I don't know how well researched that is. Didn't he do some terrible things to some people?
There were accusations.
There were accusations.
He wasn't charged.
There was a trial.
There was one.
There was no multi-million-dollar settlement.
He was like a waiter at a restaurant, but then they ended up dropping the lawsuit. And
Something like that.
Yeah.
It just fucking ended unspectacularly.
yeah. And I'm really surprised this is coming from Dawson because Dawson on the Corolla show told a story about Kevin Spacey because Kevin Spacey...
he just looked deep into my eyes, though. He didn't try to grab my dick and get me drunk.
Yeah, so let's talk because also within all of these accusations, Kevin Spacey came out, which was also very shocking, although kind of got buried within all the Me Too
He tried
stuff.
to do it as a way to
Oh, that's right.
That was his whole diversion, was
Yeah.
like, I'm being accused of this, and I am definitely gay. So don't look at the accusations.
Yeah, look over here.
Yeah.
All right, so
and
here's what I'm reading right now. So those two allegations were dropped after the accuser invoked the Fifth Amendment and refused to continue testifying after Mr. Spacey's lawyer that he could be charged with a felony if he had deleted evidence from his cell phone.
There you go.
So that's kind of a weird one.
Well,
and then that Anthony Rapp,
that's an untrusty witness.
Anthony Rapp, the guy,
Untrusty.
main actor who was on.
Yeah,
Unreliable.
that's right. Yeah.
I'm reading an article from September of 2020, so just last month, saying that he's once again being sued by him and another unnamed person because of sexual offenses when they were 14 years old. I'm just saying, I am also one who is able to separate the art. I'll still watch Kevin Spacey movies, but I'm not going to go out on the record and say, really can't wait to see him make more movies right now. Like, I don't know. I'm pretty eked out by the whole thing. His stuff is amongst the stuff that I feel like the kind of weirdest watching. Mm-hmm. I don't think I have seen any of this stuff since.
So that's
like your
the stuff
limit.
you're talking about is him on the screen, and then that combined with stories that you hear that may or may not have any basis in reality. Just because he's a creepy actor, you got a creepy
He
feeling.
creeps me out a little bit.
How the hell did we get here?
21 math movies.
How many years do you serve in prison?
So I think Chris still needs to name a third math movie, if I may steer us back towards the tracks.
Rounders?
There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
You just going for poker at this point?
Yeah, I'm just going gambling.
There we go.
Statistics.
Not really the
And
same.
he has to earn a certain amount of money.
Yeah.
Math. Ta-da. All right. Anyway, speaking of one last thing about 69, Addie, who we all know, very huge Corolla fan / acehole, posted her 69. I mean, her picture of 69. Her picture of the 69 in the wild, and it was a 69 days till Christmas calendar. Or, well, it was just like how many days till Christmas, and she put 69 actually when Christmas was 69 days away. And had me thinking, how far back does that calendar, how far back is she counting down to Christmas, and how awesome is that? She must give killer Christmas gifts if she's looking that far into far in advance.
Got to plan all year, man.
Yeah. So that was our 69. So let's cool it on the 69s. Now, 2 more comments before we move on. Eileen wants to know. Nothing can stop Eileen wants a lot of extra growls in that one. I don't remember putting all those. Eileen wants to know. Mike Dawson plugged a microphone a few episodes ago. What was it? And people responded, "Oh, it's Rode. He uses Rode." But I don't think that's what Mike was plugging. Mike was actually plugging his Centrance.
Probably the mixer face. No, it's what's it called now? It's the new mixer face. Centrance is doing a dual input digital USB interface for computers. Just follow him on Twitter, CENTRANCE, or go to centrance.com. It's a piece of gear that if you crowdsource, you can get for $300. It's going to retail for like $450. If you podcast or live cast or do any kind of whatever cast,
You need a cast if you
get
break your
this
arm.
thing.
Yeah.
It's about the size of a pack of cigarettes.
Or a winch.
It's an amazing piece of equipment. I've got the V1 of it,
Movie stars.
and now I'm going to get the V2.
All right, and so
was
there you go,
probably it.
Eileen. Yeah, I think that was totally it. And also, Mike gave some love to was it Spectrum Analyzers today?
Yes, I was EQing audiobook, and when I get tired, there's a very irritating frequency that comes out in my voice. It's this little buzz, and it only
When you get tired.
when I get tired.
Oh.
And today I'm just trying to fucking EQ this out. I'm like, God, this is bothering me. And I found I just opened up a Spectrum Analyzer, and right when that noise came up, you see just this increase in levels in one frequency area.
Mm-hmm.
Like, thank you. And then you just go to your EQ and notch that out.
Notch it out.
Wow.
Gone.
There you go. Some mixing tips
And it
with
made
Mike
me
Dawson.
incredibly happy.
All right. Lastly,
I'll thank you to save the mixing stuff to mix a lot, but
True.
whatever.
all right, and lastly, Kathy writes, need some recommendations of shows and movies to watch. I tore my calf muscle while moving and am immobile for the foreseeable future. Oh, no.
Is this the same Kathy who sent us an undisclosed amount of money for lunch?
An
Is
undisclosed.
this Kathy from Kathy Will Buy You Lunch?
Yeah, this is
.com?
Kathy from KathyWillBuyYouLunch.com.
How are you going to buy people lunch if your leg's broken? What did she say?
That is true. Yeah, it says she tore her calf muscle
Tore her
while
calf. There you
moving.
go.
Oh, God, that sounds super painful. And I'm immobile for the foreseeable future. I got a pretty sweet full leg brace and some crutches, and I'm thinking about bedazzling them.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, please leave your recommendations using the Biehn scale. Now, Kathy, of course, nobody can leave their recommendations using the Biehn scale except for one Caelan Biehn, but she needs some recommendations of shows or movies to watch. What do you guys got?
Just general.
First
Yeah,
and
what are
foremost,
you into?
I will say I did see people in the comments of this post using the Biehn scale, and I've never been closer to banning someone from
How
the
dare
group.
they?
So watch yourself.
Instant
Can we give people timeouts for shit like that? Kick them out for a week?
I love how I'm just trying to get people in, and you guys are like, how do we kick these people out?
I'm just saying, behave. I
Oh,
suggested,
behave.
I suggested on there a show I watched recently called Yellowstone, which is good. And
That's a
then
great
Matt has been telling me for a couple of years now to watch Pen 15, which I finally started.
Oh,
It's
nice.
Very funny as well.
Super funny.
I will say, when we were talking about the AOL Instant Messenger, there's an amazing episode of that Pen 15 show that the entire episode's about AOL Instant Messenger, and it brought back a lot of good memories.
Ooh. And also...
To bomb 302.
There you go.
993. 302 would have been awesome, but I didn't get it early enough. All right, and Kathy, I will tell you this also. We have a Flick in the Bean coming up later on in the show, so stay tuned. And maybe Caelan will recommend something for you.
Kathy, 6 tight sci-fi episodes, maybe 7. Raised by Wolves. Find it.
Oh, yeah,
Watch
you're telling that to Caelan to watch.
I will recommend a classic Alfred Hitchcock movie called Rear Window. It stars Jimmy Stewart. At the beginning of the movie, he breaks his leg, and he's in a cast. He's immobile. All he can do is look out, his rear window.
It's a fantastic movie.
Also, if you've never seen Misery, great movie.
Yes,
in which-
also involving a broken leg cast.
Oh.
That's right.
Guys, I think she's looking to take her mind off that. She broke her leg.
Here are
yourself
movies.
in the feeling of something you're not experiencing.
Here's a person with a broken
she explicitly
leg.
said, can you recommend, I'm going to sit here and just think about my leg. Can you recommend some extra ways to help me think about this leg?
I just feel like it would have been rude of me to suggest watching The Marathon Man or Forrest Gump or something where she can't. A lot of running in that movie.
Running Man.
You
You should check out Running Man.
So Matt,
Chariots of Fire.
So here's a movie about somebody also in a very similar position as you, going through some horrifying things.
Well, I'm just saying, if her leg's broken, I can't tell her that. I just feel bad
And-
reminding her that she can't run.
And after she watches Rear Window, check out the Shia remake. Was it Disturbia?
Yeah, I think so.
It's like the.
I don't second that suggestion at all,
I
though.
think you not second Shia.
Where's the
I liked
casting
that
name on
movie.
That one?
What's that?
Nothing. I don't understand the reference.
Oh,
Sweet.
It's like a modern remake of Rear Window.
Oh, but he's not in a leg cast.
He's not.
I don't think so.
I'm pretty
Is he
sure
on
he
house
is.
arrest or something? Because he
Yeah.
can't
Yeah,
leave
he's
his
on house arrest.
Oh, maybe it's on house arrest. Why do I think of him in a wheelchair? I don't know. Anyway, check out. We have plenty of movies for you to watch. Maybe watch it. I don't know. I don't even know if I could recommend that now. Lastly, before we get to some Shay and some Flickin', big ups to Trevor West. He brought us he brought us some food, some sausages, and of course for today's episode, he gave us a bunch of sausages, like insane amount of sausages and brats and hot dogs, and then a lot of canned seafood. And I was wondering, why would you give us all this canned seafood? And of course,
I love me some clam.
Matt loves clams. He gave us canned clams, like way more, like so much clams.
Dude, canned clams are... I just bought some at the grocery store like 3 days
Dude,
ago.
there's
There is
some.
more
Are they-
in this shop right now than you will ever
Good. Then I
need.
won't have to buy them for like 3 years, maybe.
What are you using it
I was
for?
gonna ask.
Chowder?
No, just clams and pasta.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Angel hair pasta, clams.
From a can, though? I feel
that's the way
really
you do
freaked
it.
out by the can.
No, the can is fine. I mean, are they brand Snow? Is the brand Snow clams?
I think Chris is going to get them right now.
Okay.
I don't remember, but there was a lot. And he also sent us, it was the same box I was showing you that had all those tortillas and stuff in them. He hooked us up.
That's like, see, this you can't.
How many pounds is that
That
you're
is a
holding?
lot of clams.
The cans I buy are this big.
Like a pet food can.
Yeah, this is like, if you're, no.
If
run
you
a
really
restaurant.
love clams,
Yeah.
if
That-
you love you some clams.
That is
That's not gonna-
51
that's not
ounces
gonna do
of
it for
clams,
me.
almost the size of a frog.
I'll probably take it though because you never know. I got space in the cupboard, and what if
Kevin Spacey's in your cupboard?
Kevin Spacey is in the cupboard? I keep him there. That's why he's not doing any movies
Yeah,
right
that's
now.
why.
But at the Costco Business Center by my house, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but there are Costcos that aren't Costcos.
Yes.
Walmart?
Yeah, they're
No, they're like
there's a
restaurant
lot
supply.
of kitchen supply, restaurant supply Costco's. There's one of those next to my house. So that's the Costco I usually go to. So they sell, and they only sell them at this place, fucking clam chowder by the bag. Like a big fucking 3-pound bag of chowder. And I'm like, you know what? It sits in the fucking freezer. I'm going to try it. I tried it. It's better than most clam chowders you get at any fucking restaurant, which tells you they're all doing the same thing. Mm-hmm. You know, it's
makes sense.
fucking good, decent clam chowder.
Shop the
But I
restaurant.
bet you, and so what I do sometimes is I put a pot of the clam chowder in, and I'll open up a can of snow clams.
Extra clams.
And I put in the extra clams and the extra clam juice, and it gets more clammy. If I were
love
to
me some clam.
do like a Sunday
writing this
football
down.
thing where I took a full bag of that chowder
Chowder.
and added one of these, That'd be pretty good. So I will take this, and I'll
Take that. And
I'll
there's-
try that out.
There's some small ones. I took and some conch too. Some little cans of conch.
I don't know what that is.
Oh,
But there are smaller
like
cans of clams.
yeah, smaller canned clams. But thanks to Trevor West, and please give him a follow on Instagram at _Trevor West. Very easy, and we appreciate you feeding us, good sir.
I will add that Chris brought a full barbecue to work, so
grill?
he could
Yeah.
cook up those sausages, and they were very good.
They work great.
See? All right. Those are the listener comments. Once again, thanks to everybody for participating in the Facebook group. Now, we got a lot of stuff to get to. We got Matt went to Palm Springs. Caelan has a flickin' bean. Matt plays bingo. I mean, there's just so much to get into.
I did not play bingo in Palm Springs, although that is a hell of a place to play. A lot of competitors out there.
Yeah. You got to see Neil Diamond in Reno.
Yeah.
And you got to play bingo in Palm Springs.
I don't like games where it really is just all complete luck, right? How do you get good at bingo?
Spoken from a man who clearly doesn't understand the game.
It's kind of the point.
Yeah.
I don't. Then what's the point? There is no point if there's
the
no edge. I don't know.
I don't know it depends. If you're good enough to play multiple cards at once, that'll give you an edge.
Oh yeah, get some multi-card action. That makes sense.
And
then.
you got to pregame it too. Let's be honest.
Oh.
No one is going in there without a little bit of some steroids, if you know what I'm saying.
You guys
or
are
Viagra.
just-
They're all very
Yeah, they're all on
You guys
Viagra.
are already widowers.
Yep.
You guys already know this. Yep. Talking like true 71-year-olds.
gotta get our hot bingo talking. Well, Matt also went on a little weekend getaway. Where'd you go, Matt?
I went to what is typically known as Palm Springs, but really it's Palm Desert, which isn't actually Palm Springs for being
But they're
very
adjacent.
specific. But yeah, they're right next to each other. I am fortunate enough that my family has like a timeshare that they go to. So
Why
they
are you so weird when you say time?
It's weird. I don't know.
really weird.
It just feels weird.
It feels
just
weird.
feels like super like rich kid, which I don't feel
think
like
time-
most of the time.
no.
I think
yeah,
of
no.
timeshares as scams.
Matt's
Okay,
playing,
good.
feel-
Oh,
yeah,
good.
we-
Well,
yeah.
Matt's playing off the
agree.
timeshares though. It's
Right.
a private jet.
But that's how it feels to me.
Plane.
Whoever, I want to talk to the guy who sold you that timeshare.
They didn't sell it to me, I'll
wow,
tell you
did
what.
he sell?
All right, well then good. Then I don't have to feel so weird about
Yeah,
it.
don't feel weird. It's okay. to
It's
say-
funny though.
No,
I
you
really
should
do
feel
think
weird
of
about
it
it.
like
You
it's
should
weird.
feel weird
I feel
about it,
weird about it for the
but
wrong
for a
reasons.
totally
though.
different
Yeah.
reason.
All right, I'm recalibrating this
Dawson,
now.
explain why Matt should feel weird about it for a different reason.
Because timeshares are a huge money suck. They make somebody rich, and you can't get there. It's the biggest scam in the suckers.
Well, it may be, but my family goes. My parents
Suckers and marks,
are fucking
Matt.
going all wherever they want all the
Wait.
time and staying in these places.
Are you
Why
sure
is
your
it
name's
scam,
not
though?
Mark Fondiler?
I mean, again, when I had my incredible honeymoon, part of the reason we were able to do that is because my parents had a bunch of timeshare points that they gave to us that let us stay at like incredible places all over the world.
Okay,
So-
Matt, we get it. You have a ton of timeshares. Jeez.
my brother.
It's like a
fucking-
flexible thing. You it's not for one place. You could use it in a bunch of different places.
My brother got gifted this other family's timeshare in Hawaii because his family couldn't get out there. And it's this really fucking sweet condo right on the beach. Great fucking place. My brother comes home after spending like 10 days there. He calls me up. He's like, dude, I'm buying a timeshare. And I'm like, slow down, please, Sean. Slow down. Slow to tell
Come
me.
on, Sean.
Tell me. Talk to me. Tell me what happened. What happened?
Wow.
And then it took me about an hour
I guess
to
I have.
finally go, okay, so you're not buying a timeshare, right? Right. I'm not going to buy. Okay.
I guess I'm aware. I am
What your
aware
parents-
of this thing that you guys are all that we're all talking about, where they like trick you into watching a presentation.
It's like pyramid scheming.
Yeah, I totally get that. So maybe what my parents have, they call it a timeshare. Maybe it is something different because, again, this is something that they've had for a while, and it definitely seems like they're getting whatever money they spent on it's worth. But
Wait.
maybe I have no idea.
What your parents have is not what people traditionally think of when you think of a timeshare. Your parents basically have a point system where there's a network of different hotels and houses like around the world that they can choose when and where they want to use it.
Exactly,
That's not
exactly.
what a timeshare.
Yeah, that's not having a timeshare.
All right, well,
Oh, now Matt's
then I
bummed.
completely mistaken
Your
it.
family
So
is
what Dawson's
part of
saying
a
is you're poor.
rich
Yeah,
vacation
see?
network
There
of
we go.
places.
Now it's back to how
we
I
should be
originally
fully
felt fucking weird
ashamed
about this whole
that
thing.
you lived this life of luxury. Yeah, absolutely. Seeker of pleasure.
Oh, Matt thought he had timeshares, and now he doesn't.
Well, whatever it is,
Whatever
it's,
it
it's
is.
lovely.
Yeah.
And this particular trip was a little bit different than normal because of all of the coronavirus restrictions. And the pool area, which basically that's the only reason I'm going out there, is to lay in the pool and drink some fucking Mai Tais. And
in the desert.
Just get loaded on my parents' tab. You know what I'm saying?
Woo!
And because
we know they're very, very rich.
Shut up. God damn it. Because of the coronavirus travel restrictions, they had a couple strange rules I wanted to get your guys' takes on.
No butlers.
Yeah, right. The concierge. First of all, no butlers, which was really no valets.
Oh, sorry, man.
No one cooked to prepare my own food. They had 2-hour time slots for the pool area, predetermined, like 24 hours in advance. You had to tell them if you were going to be in the pool from 8 to 10, 10:30 to 12:30, 1 to 3, so on and so forth. You could only have 1 2-hour time slot per hotel room.
Yeah,
So
how odd.
So what kind of timeshare is this? Is this like is this a group of condos? Is this an apartment building? What the? Because now this sounds worse.
It's a hotel.
this is at a hotel.
Okay.
It's always at like hotels, basically.
Okay.
So we had 2 rooms. So we had...
He called it a timeshare. Yeah, we have a timeshare at the Sheridan. The Time Sheridan.
It's actually
a
Ritz.
Marriott, but...
It's not a fucking timeshare.
Matt keeps telling me it's Marriott, but look up the family of hotels. Ritz-Carlton's in there. I think Matt's just playing it.
Right. So we would have a pool from 10:30 to 12:30, and then everybody had to leave. They had like people going around from the place, like telling everybody, "Yep, you got 10 minutes. Everyone's got to pack up."
Let's go.
You had to
They
then
spray it with malaria.
Yeah, they sprayed everything down. So from 10:30 to 12:30 in the pool, then leave the pool area from 12:30 to about 12:45, and then go back in the pool again from 1 to 3.
Because you would use a different room that was in that
That's
slot.
right. Then our second time slot was then the other room, but we could,
The other room.
So you guys lined your slots together, so you would have a really big chunk.
have like a 4-hour block,
Yeah.
but there was this really weird thing where everybody has to get up, and I was telling Gary off mic that you couldn't help but look at the clocks the entire time. Oh, we've been here for 15 minutes. Oh, we've been here for half an hour. Oh, we've been here for
Should I get another drink? Oh, we only have 10 minutes left.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
So that was kind of a bummer, but this was the really crazy part. My understanding is that this is only for California. I don't know if this is all over the country, but in California, all these bars are closed down because they only serve alcohol. And it's an edict during the coronavirus that you have to serve food as well as drinks.
Yeah.
So you cannot go anywhere to just have drinks. You have to have some sort of food item on your bill.
That's the loophole. In order to get drinks, you have to order food. At least in California, open air, and you have to get food. A place that only sells drinks can't even open.
Now, at this particular place, we were all signed up for specific time zones. We're all escorted to our own benches, our lounge chairs or whatever, where we're sitting around the pool. Wow. And you have to order an entree.
Did they shackle your ankles, or were you able to walk?
I did see at a certain point that you had to wear face masks in the pool, which I was like, this is a joke, right? This is a joke. Like, you're waterboarding yourself at this point. So anyway, if you wanted to get a drink, you had to get food with it.
Right.
And what I found to be hilarious is it had to be an entree. You could not get a side dish.
I didn't know
so,
that.
for example, chips and salsa, you could not get, but you could get nachos. Right. Presumably because they're putting some cheese on it.
I think that's a hotel thing. I don't know if that's like that part is with the law that you need an entree.
It felt a little scammy. Felt a little timeshare. You guys know what
I
I'm
was like,
saying?
you are at a timeshare.
Felt a little timeshare.
All right.
And so
I'm just getting angry.
Yeah.
It
was weird.
Yeah.
I think I've kept my anger in check because I don't really leave the house anyway. Mm-hmm. But
Dawson, you want to keep your anger in check? Don't travel. Every time I've traveled during this, I've been so excited leading up to it, and then I've been over the moon when I've been gone, and then I am just crushed when I get back.
Yeah. especially like getting back to like for instance LAX.
That chick who called the show the other day said, "Florida, we're open, dude. We're open."
Yeah, everything's open in Florida.
Crazy. Well, on the flip side, out in Palm Desert,
If it weren't for hurricanes,
you'd live there.
Man, no, I probably wouldn't. but that would be a big.
I did get to eat indoors, which again we don't get to do here in California. I got to eat inside twice, which was pretty amazing.
Here in Los Angeles, you mean?
Yeah.
You were still in
Orange
California.
County can still do
Well,
that.
that was it. Oh, okay.
Right?
Well, I don't know. I've only fucking ate outside.
You don't know where Palm Desert is?
I do.
So you were still in California.
Oh,
LA
yeah,
County
okay.
has
It's LA
those laws,
County.
sorry.
Yeah,
That's
Orange
what I'm saying.
County.
California.
LA County's the only one that's still under that draconian bullshit.
And the
Sorry,
last
Matt. They didn't allow him to bring his tutor along.
yeah, that was another.
That was a COVID thing. So he was a little short on geography.
Can you guys believe they wouldn't let me park the horses with my horse and drawn carriage either?
Oh my goodness!
I couldn't believe you couldn't get the caviar appetizer.
That was what was really upsetting.
Yeah.
We did go to a new place, which usually the Palm Desert
They
trips,
gave you one fork.
We'll do.
Assholes.
Should we do your intro then?
Oh yeah, fucking! I thought we were doing this the whole time.
What's on the menu?
Yeah, let's just do that. Okay, good.
I'm about to wrap up the goddamn segment. That's hilarious. We went somewhere new to a brunch place.
Ooh.
Very fancy. It's called C'est Bon, which means so good in French.
C'est bon.
C'est Bon. And they had this crazy, it's basically dessert for breakfast, so I know Caelan would hate it, but it was fucking incredible. You guys picture like a Belgian waffle, but it was stuffed with mangoes. And then on top of it, not just the fresh berries, but creme brulee custard.
Whoa.
That even had that crisp, that like brown burnt crisp on it that you'd have on a creme brulee.
That's the creme brulee
That's the
part,
brulee
right? Yeah,
part
that's
of it,
the brulee.
yeah.
You gotta caramelize the sugar on top.
That was absolutely epic. And the other thing that they had on this menu that I thought was really good was crepes. And I want to know, what do you guys think about crepes? I feel like we never talked about that before.
Crepes, I like crepes. I like both sweet and savory crepes.
Mm-hmm.
There's a crepe restaurant in Long Beach where growing up, I thought that is where you got to go if you take a date. And I went on a first date with a girl there, and it went very well. There's it was a crepe restaurant. You get the savory crepes for your entree, and you get the dessert crepe, obviously, for the sweet crepe for your dessert. And our server was wearing Heelys.
Oh my God.
He was skating around the restaurant
This is a
in his
great date
Heelys.
place.
Look, I was a kid. But I remember thinking this place is fancy. It's good. It's still around. It's on 2nd Street.
Hey, honey, get in my van. We're going for crepes.
Now, Caelan, I know you don't like sweet stuff.
That reminds me of a band I started once called Statutory Crepe.
But Caelan, you know they make savory crepes as well.
I did not know that.
Like the one that we had was like ham and egg and some cheese.
I
Like it was
imagine
more
I
like
would
an
like
omelet
that.
kind of
Yeah,
wrapped in a
that
crepe.
sounds good.
It's like a thin pancake wrapped around your
what a
food.
crepe is.
Yeah. I think we all know what crepes are. guys.
All right, Caelan.
Matt, careful with all that
Yeah.
with the rich kids.
So you're
stuff.
behind the
you're
bar.
right.
You
You're
gotta
right.
want to lay back.
I
a
really
little
should.
bit. Yeah.
Gary, thoughts on crepes?
I mean, okay.
They're okay.
I don't mind a crepe.
But give you a pancake, right?
I think that it's pretty well established that Americans do it better. Yeah.
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 See, I was gonna say crepes are the one skinny thing. Like usually, at least in my life, I see skinny something. I'm like, stay that away from me. I don't
Stay
want
that away from me.
it. That's what I said.
Stay that away from me.
That's
Again,
some
the
real
tutor.
rich kid shit right there.
Yeah.
I don't
Bring
even
their
understand
tutor.
that
This-
sentence.
you really needed that.
Stay
tutor
that
now.
away from me, bro.
Stay that away from me.
Yeah.
But skinny pancakes, I think I'm in. You know, it's the one time that I'm in.
I told you I like skinny cookies. I like skinny pancakes. I like skinny. What other skinny foods are there?
Some skinny potatoes.
Yeah,
They're called
oh.
chips.
You're not into
French fries
into
or skinny potatoes. Like,
carpaccio,
Carpaccio.
beef carpaccio.
I guess that is pretty thinly sliced as well.
Yeah,
Carpaccio.
I think you need to rethink.
All right, well, I take it back. I guess crepes are amongst several skinny foods.
Crepes,
that I like.
crepes are terrible, dude.
Crepes
But
are
first
terrible.
Of all, pancakes are the dessert of breakfast. Period.
Okay.
No, French toast.
Well, that's
Disagree.
part of it. Yeah, that's in there.
Well, French toast is not a pancake.
but yeah,
are you suggesting
crepes-
that they're the same thing?
Sounded like it.
crepes are. I don't know, man. I don't know the
Have you
last
ever
time
had
I had
a
a crepe.
savory crepe?
I would say yes, and she gave me extra gravy with it. You know,
That was a meat pie.
that was a meat pie.
Yeah.
Same thing. See, the savory
The
crepes
same thing
you can't
does
eat
not
as like a hot
work.
pocket food.
You can't just be like apples and oranges. Same thing.
The
Right. It's all
Okay.
Coke
fruit.
and Pepsi, same thing.
I have so
no,
many-
it's different.
I have so many questions about this. First off, we're talking about French toast versus pancakes. As
Not the same thing.
Not the same thing, but I mean, we've all made French toast. Before you get the bread, you dip it in the egg. You put it in the pan.
Matt just
Do you know
goes
that
to a
French
place.
toast is not French at all, though? It's not. It's an American dish.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I will still call it French toast just for the sake of clarity here. So you make French toast. What if you did that? Has anyone done
You
that?
know what French toast is? Crepes.
Oh boy.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Forget it, go on.
That's French
Show
pancake.
has
Go
reached
on.
a new
Go
low.
on.
What
Go
if
on.
you took a pancake
Yeah.
that
French
was made?
toast existed at the age of the Roman Empire.
Right.
So not an American
It was
thing.
an American thing, though, because it was the
same thing.
Americans. It was the Americans who started it, and then Columbus was like,
Columbus brought it over.
it's like, hey,
Oh, very
so
true. Yeah.
I found this land, but more importantly, have you had breakfast yet?
Yes, I forgot that we should be attributing French toast.
And then he
Columbus.
took it to his time machine and brought it to the Roman Empire.
That's
Wow.
right.
You're on a first name basis with Christopher Columbus. Dropped a Chris Columbus there, like real casual.
Just
Like
for the sake of brevity, I just had to get it out.
Crisco for short.
Crisco.
you go.
So if you took a already cooked pancake, Matt Shea, and you dip that in the egg bath, and you prepared a pancake the way you would a piece
A
of bread
French
for French
toast.
toast, and you Frenched it up,
Oh my god.
would that work?
You're blowing
and,
my
I don't-
mind
and would
right
that
now.
be delicious? Because right now I'm thinking that would be freaking good.
That would be
I
amazing.
don't know if that would work with a pancake, but I've seen that done with a waffle.
What?
I've seen that done with a Belgian waffle. Yeah.
Wow.
A French Belgian waffle
French toast.
toast.
It's actually Italian because Crisco, but
Yeah. Either way, somebody in the Facebook group, that should be the picture. Everybody French their pancakes and waffles.
That sounds
and
really
let me know
good.
how it goes. You guys could be
You called
guinea
it.
pigs.
You called it an egg bath, and I'm
egg wash.
Egg. You called it. You just said egg bath.
But I meant egg wash, I think. Or egg bath. I could call it egg bath. Why not?
It's an egg
Well,
bath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say I'm equally parts repelled and
Intrigued.
intrigued. I like that.
Yeah.
It's a great word.
It's a egg bath.
It's a great word.
Thank you. Now, also, a couple things. Two, we're talking crepes. When I think of crepes, I think of one particular substance that I always get in crepes.
Heroin.
Nutella. I like Nutella in my crepes. And it's like every time I get crepes. That's probably the only time I ever have Nutella.
It is often seen in crepe form.
Yeah. Jennifer, my fiance, she hates Nutella because in her brain she's thinking I'm getting chocolate, and then she tastes it and I'm getting hazelnut cream base. That's what Nutella is.
Right.
Do you guys like Nutella?
Sure.
No.
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 Wow.
All right. Well.
Matt's rich though, so
Very true.
Oh God. I wish I was. I really wish I was.
And lastly, with brunch, obviously a word combined with breakfast and lunch.
Wait. What?
I know, I'm blowing minds here. It's not just so when you go to
Brunch?
brunch, it's you typically,
Brunch? Come on.
but typically,
it's okay.
do you guys get breakfast foods or lunch foods when you eat brunch?
Breakfast.
Depends on if they have crab.
Breakfast.
Can't argue with that.
Yeah, very true. Like crab cake.
Oh, no. You got to go to the buffet at the smokehouse, man.
They have crab for breakfast.
Crab legs all over the fucking
Dude.
place.
Breakfast?
I would
Crabs
eat-
Or
and
is that
shrimps.
where you go lunch?
Brunch.
Okay.
Wow.
And we're back to.
I would eat crab legs anytime.
No, it's the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah,
You guys,
well,
it's
I'm-
like
well, why
25 or $30. I don't know if they're doing it now, but
They're
it's
not.
like
They are
25 or
not.
$30, unlimited fucking champagne and unlimited buffet for like, and they were trying to push people out of there. Dude kept coming back to me and my mom. He kept us there for 5 hours getting fucking wasted.
He said unlimited
eaten
champagne,
crab.
and Matt's just like,
Unlimited.
what other kind is there?
It's like me and my mom are laughing. I'm like, Mom, we've been at this table for 4 hours. Don't you think they want us to leave? She's like, yeah, we should probably get out of here. Dude comes up, opens a brand new bottle of champagne, says, how are you guys doing?
Wow.
You guys,
That's
wow.
You don't want us to leave? He's like, nah, you guys are cool.
That is the goal, is going to an all-you-can-eat place and surviving 2 full meals there. Like you ate long, you were there long enough that you can go your second round.
That was what we
meal.
ate that day.
Yeah.
So it was a mission. We Ubered there, got full and wasted, and then Ubered home and then watched football all day.
I love it. Well, Matt, I hope that one day all of us can go get a brunch. And
I hope so
crepes.
too. But until then, that's what's on the menu.
Yes. And I'm glad you had a good trip.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was an amazing trip. It's just more fun to talk about the shit that was weird, but genuinely, it was great.
That's super odd, but it makes sense. There's a part of me when you told me that I went, I kind of like that. I like knowing, because when I go on vacation, sometimes it's, when do you want to go to the pool? I don't know. When you want to go now? All right, let me go get ready. And no one, everyone's kind of just lackadaisical about everything. But if you're on a strict schedule, everyone's there. Everyone knows where you're going. You know what you're doing later. And it's, I don't know, maybe I just like a little more plans.
Sure.
The leaving the pool and coming back thing
That's
is
silly.
something that's...
It was bizarre. It was very
There you
bizarre.
go. You want to understand California?
Yeah.
There it is.
Well, they just spray off whatever you were sitting in so you can sit there again.
So you can sit
Yeah,
there again.
exactly.
Yeah.
It was like, we're coming right back. Can't we just stay right here? And
I
you don't
love-
have to clean these ones? Nope.
They're gonna.
out.
That system will eventually evolve to where, okay, this party has this many rooms. They can just stick around. I think it will. I think it's because it's new. They just have to stick to some really rigid rules.
That's because Matt
that were
would-
made
no.
to be broken.
Yeah, it's because Matt was at a giant
Right.
hotel chain that's trying to follow something so
Yeah.
that they don't get sued.
Yeah.
All right, one last segment before we get out of here, and this is for Kathy, who is sitting there with her torn calf muscle. She wants to know, Caelan, is there anything she should be checking out? Well, let's find out with this week's Flicking the Bean.
We all want to know one thing. Your opinion's what we need. So Caelan, get on that mic and flick the bean. Oh, Caelan, flick the bean.
Respect all women.
Well, last week we mentioned that we were going to be putting together our top 3 favorite horror movies.
That's
for
right.
everybody.
Yeah.
We did
So-
say that.
We did.
Yeah. So
Rana.
I
We're
brought
going to
this
do
up
one
early.
person a day.
Yeah, we're now doing one person a show. But my 3 involves my flicking today, which I will say a new entry, number 1. 2 of them are TV shows, just a heads up.
Oh.
The first one is a show that Matt recommended called Marion, and it is really fucking scary. It's on Netflix. It's really, really good. The second is The Haunting of Hill House. Those are my top 2 just because of the amount of content you get alone, because they're TV shows. And the third is The Descent. That's a great horror movie. So,
Yeah.
Kathy, if you haven't seen any of those, go watch them because they're great.
See, when we get to my version of the list, it'll be a lot different than Caelan's. And what happened was before the show, Caelan goes, "Hey."
Chris is going to all be on Wikipedia.
Well, Caelan,
These are the links you should click on if you don't want to be too scared.
so mere minutes before the show starts, Caelan walks out to me and he goes, "Hey, Chris, is this our Halloween episode, or is it going to be our next one?" Which has confused Gary and me so much. Like, Caelan, Halloween is up for a few weeks. Like, we have 4 more shows till Halloween. What do you mean? And then he further clarified, I meant, do we need our list, which we talked about last week? And it reminded me, we didn't come up with a list, so I thought it'd be kind of cool to, till Halloween, we all kind of just scatter our list and discuss each person's list for top 3 scary movies or top 5 or whatever. So Caelan's was those 2 shows, Haunting of Hill House, Marion,
The Haunting of Hill House,
And
and
The
The
Descent.
Descent, which is a movie which is great.
I've seen none of them.
Marion, standalone, greatest horror of the last decade.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Wow. That's huge from Dawson, because Dawson...
The old tropes are gone. They got brand new fucking ways to scare the fuck out of you.
Yeah.
And you don't mind that it's in French.
See, Dawson...
Gary does.
Yeah, see, that's the thing, dude. You have to fucking commit. Here's the good news. The good news is
Yeah, very
it was
there.
so good. It was so good. I will guarantee you the next big budget horror thing is going to be this person.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good.
Or an American
it's worth
remake
it, dude.
of Mario.
It's totally worth it.
Yeah.
It is great.
Well, Dawson knows this stuff because Dawson loves this horror too. Everyone here in this room loves their horror, probably except me.
Gary
And
doesn't like
yeah,
it.
maybe Gary too. But last night, Caelan walks up to Dawson after the show and she's like, "Hey, Dawson, looks a bit left, looks right. Hey, I need a horror movie. You got something for me, man? You got something?" Like scratching his neck. Like, I need something. I need a horror movie.
This is true.
Yeah,
I am pretty much like
a
that
heroin
right now.
crepe.
yeah. And Dawson's like, "Oh, check out what Raised by Wolves. What was it called?"
He did say that, but that's
Yeah,
not
I
a
mentioned
horror
that, but that's not a horror movie.
Oh, well, you told him to check it
And
out.
then
But-
I told him Starry Eyes.
He said
It ain't
it's okay.
bad.
He said it's okay.
But Caelan,
It's okay.
I do. I feel like that. I need something scary.
yeah. And is it
And-
only just because it's October, or is this how you live your life?
Actually, it's kind of been like this for the past few months. I thought it was leading up to October, but I have been just going through tons of horror movies the past few months just because I love
You
them.
need to be scared.
Haven't
I
you
would
guys
very much like to be scared.
noticed that Caelan's been wearing a lot more Marilyn Manson T-shirts lately? And he's
Yeah.
like got kind of a goth thing going.
Why
with
did you
the
dye
pale
your hair
face.
black?
Yeah, the black hair, the piercings.
Right.
I mean, how does your girlfriend and the kids feel about that?
They
Does
love
it freak them
yeah,
out?
Yeah, no, I watch it with them.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, the next big horror thing is what I'll be reviewing today, which is the sequel to The Haunting of Hill House. It's The Haunting of Bly Manor. Now, I've been waiting for this for 2 years since The Haunting of Hill House came out. It was great. Then I heard they were doing a sequel. Super excited about it. 9 episodes. It came out last week or the week before that. It's available now on Netflix.
Are there going to be spoilers in this? Do I need to plug my ears?
I am going to try my very hardest not to spoil anything, which
Does
I'm
that
pretty
make
sure
You're
I'll be
going
able
to
to
try
do.
your hardest.
Matt, does
I
that
don't
make
like
you
this.
comfortable?
I'm very uncomfortable. I feel like I'm watching a Kevin Spacey movie. That's how uncomfortable I am right now. I will start to plug my ears, though.
I don't think I'm going to spoil anything.
That's good.
This is written and directed by Mike Flanagan, who I've been talking about recently.
We
He
brought him up.
did Dr. Sleep, which I watched.
He's the guy.
He's the guy.
Yeah. Dr. Sleep wasn't that great.
I mean, it wasn't not for a straight horror movie,
Right.
but he did Gerald's Game, which was great.
Gerald's Game was very
Gerald's
good.
Game was great. Also, Hush was done pretty fucking good, and Oculus. He's great. This stars Victoria Pedretti.
I'm sorry.
Go for it.
Oculus had to do with a mirror,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
What was the one before that?
Hush.
Hush?
Hush is about like essentially a serial killer that is stalking this woman in the woods who is deaf.
I
So-
knew that. I thought that's what it was. Wait,
But you're
isn't
kind
there-
of watching it through her perspective. She's deaf, and there's this guy that is
Okay.
a serial killer
Yeah,
stalking.
the movie's
Moving on, I'll
only
pass. That's
2
good.
minutes long.
Sorry, that's all I
Wait,
need.
so there's wait, so there's a movie
It's
about
legitimately a great movie,
yeah,
Dawson. You
with
should watch it.
someone
Hush.
that's deaf, and there's also another one where someone's blind, right? The one wasn't there one where like there's a blind guy but the blind guy's killing all the
Oh, are you
You're
talking about-
thinking of...
Don't breathe.
Don't Breathe. That one's
Yeah.
great.
That
That
one's-
one is great.
Oh, that
Good read. Good Wikipedia read. No, wait.
terrible
That's a
read.
hell of a read.
terrible read.
yeah.
It's very disturbing.
very
I would-
I almost
That's
it's one of those
kind of
movies.
loosely based off a true story, right?
What?
I have
It's
no
this-
idea.
Well, it's the story that I remember at least Lynette and Stephanie talking about that from Sword and Scale. And essentially a
I've
bunch
heard
of
of it.
teenagers like broke into this guy's house, and he knew they were breaking in, and one time he pretty much like just laid in wait for them so he could kill them. And there's like
Yep.
audio of him actually killing these teenagers in his basement. It's pretty creepy.
Yeah,
It's
it's one of
pretty
those.
fucked up.
The thing about wiki reading, guys, and you make fun of me for it, sure. Yeah, I read the wikis for the movies, but keep in mind that the theater of the mind is quite vivid, and the images that I think of when I'm reading these might be and are sometimes way worse than what they were able to do on screen.
Right.
Right, but you never actually see them.
Right.
But they're
Right.
burned into his memory.
But they're burned-
His
But
own
he never
imaginatory
actually
version of it.
No.
Yeah. So I'm just saying.
If that were the case, I don't understand how you can get out of bed and tie your shoes every day.
it's tough.
The theater
It's
that
so
is your
vivid.
mind,
The theater of the mind.
should have you shivering in the corner with a blankie.
That's how you know how strong I am, Dawson.
Okay.
You know
That's how
what's
you.
better? You know what's better than the theater of the mind, Chris? The garden of your mind. Take some edibles and check that out on YouTube.
You could grow ideas.
But anyway, Don't Breathe.
You ever seen a cat's eyes in the dark?
Don't Breathe. Terrible read, but definitely watch it for Thanksgiving. Great Thanksgiving movie. All right, go ahead.
Gather the whole family around.
This stars Victoria Pedretti, Oliver Jackson,
Don't Breathe
Quinn,
does? What are we talking about here?
and Henry Thomas.
What's it called?
This is all like the same cast from The Haunting of Hill House. He used a
Oh,
lot
The
of
Haunting
this,
of the Other
the
Place.
Bly Manor.
Yeah,
It's
he
called
used all the same, mostly the same cast. It's
Wait, say that. What's the title again? I'm sorry, I didn't write it
The
down.
Haunting of Bly Manor.
And he has The Haunting of Hill House.
That was the first one. Yes.
So this is the sequel.
But it's a completely different story. So yeah, it's like American Horror Story.
Okay,
You know, it's like same
like a
cast,
series.
but a completely separate storyline.
Okay.
It's currently at 86% with critics on Rotten Tomatoes and a 61% of the audience. It's about an American girl who travels to England and takes up a job as an au pair, caring for two children who recently lost their parents at their home in Bly Manor.
Au pairs are always hot, right? Is that a thing? Is that like a...
She's good looking.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Gary made a face. This is why I brought it up. Gary and I made a connection here,
What do you have on the background of your phone again?
and he just straight up bailed on me.
Ask Matt. Matt, was your au pair hot?
Yeah, there's a good question. Matt's au pair. You got a new one every year, Dawson.
God damn it.
Just be waiting for him at the timeshare every time he got there, and then they take it home for the year, get a new model the next year.
Why did I tell that story? I should have just said I went to a hotel.
Anyway, go ahead. Au pairs, we love them.
Yeah. So I had the highest of hopes for this show.
Oh,
And
you've
like you
been
said,
talking about
I've
it.
been
You
talking about it.
really
I've been
wanna
waiting
see it.
for
Oh,
I've been
yeah.
needing something scary.
Wait, Caelan, I don't think you answered the question. Is she hot?
I said she's good looking.
Okay.
She's good looking.
Okay.
I would, after watching it, I would not call this a horror show. And I was kind of talking
real close to plugging the ears here, bro.
Well, I was talking to you about this, and you said to me, which I had to go look it up, that it's described by Netflix as a gothic romance story.
Matt is getting so close to plugging his
I seem to recall.
Talked about this together in person.
Matt's hurting. Matt hates his spoilers.
All right,
I'm
Matt,
recalling
plug
something
yours.
the cow said.
All right.
I'm not sure.
Gothic romance.
Yeah, and I have no interest in watching a gothic romance story. That's just not a genre that I'm into.
9 episodes later.
There's pretty much no scenario in which a gothic romance. I'm
good
tuning in to
looking.
watch it.
Caelan, are your eyes broken? That chick is hot.
Let me see.
I actually found her kind of annoying in the show, to be honest.
Oh, maybe because the character she played
Yeah,
wasn't
and
as
my-
hot.
yeah,
but-
She was a strong woman, Caelan. We respect all women here, Caelan, okay?
Yeah.
Who is your number one right now as far as hotness goes with a female celebrity?
She's all right.
Just so I know what your scale is.
There's nothing wrong with her.
Don't fall into the trap, Chris did.
It also I'm pretty sure it takes place in the 90s, and she wears high
Really depends on
waisted
her
jeans
personality, I think.
with a t-shirt tucked into them. It's kind of a strange attire.
That's kind of a new look today. I see that look all the time.
Mom jeans.
Yeah.
yeah. So I just
Yeah, stop. Girls, please. Stop. Stop with those. Thank you.
Do whatever makes you feel beautiful.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyway, needless to say, I was very, very bummed out when I started watching this. I think I watched the first 4 episodes all in one sitting.
Then you came into work, you looked at me, and you went, "Are you watching the Haunting of Bly Manor?" And I went, "No." And you kind of turned around, and I was like, "Should I be?" And
Gothic romance. Was it a
With ghosts.
Evanescence music video?
It's a deep
That was
pull
a
right there.
great pull,
That's
though.
a deep pull.
That's what I think when I think
Wake up.
Gothic romance.
See, now that's a very specific type of literature, though, the Gothic romance.
Oh,
so,
okay.
I would
I'm thinking
say,
of goth romance.
yeah, this isn't a brand new album or whatever
Moody
the fuck you're
Kids.
listening to.
I was thinking of goth romance. That's what I got.
I feel like visually, if you can think of Edgar Allan Poe stuff, even though that's poetry, that sort of Victorian era, that's that Gothic romance. Or there was a Guillermo del Toro movie that came out a few years ago that was
Crimson
not
Peak?
great, called Crimson Peak. It was about
Yeah, that was
giant
bad,
robots.
too.
It's not Pacific
No,
Rim?
not after Pacific Rim. On the heels of Pacific Rim, in fact, he made a movie called Crimson Peak. that was advertised as like a horror movie, but it was in fact a gothic romance. So it's got creepy elements to it, but it's largely slow
Oh shit!
and boring.
Like The Others
The
might
Others,
be a gothic
perfect
romance.
example.
That was a very good
was a
movie.
pretty
I
good movie.
enjoyed
Creepy
The
as
Others,
fuck.
but
Yeah,
it
I
wasn't
did
a
enjoy
fucking
that
horror
movie.
film.
That's absolutely right.
Twilight.
So that's
All right, there you go.
it's like a vampire romance.
Yeah, that was a test. That was a
vampires.
test, Chris. Get out.
Yeah.
You didn't even let me.
Another
you
great
let me
movie.
finish. I meant Twilight New Eclipse.
Another great movie. Get out.
Oh, great! Get out. I've seen that one actually.
So I was very bummed watching this. I was very angry at first too, because I was going through multiple episodes without anything really scary happening. And it didn't help that in his interview, Mike Flanagan, like a year ago, said that this season was going to be even scarier than the first. And it's not even close to being as scary. It's creepy, and there's a couple scares, but for the most part, it's like not a horror show. It's
like a gothic romance.
Gothic
like a
romance.
gothic
Yeah,
romance,
that sounds like a
Now,
gothic romance.
I've only
to me.
seen a couple episodes of it, but I guess because I kind of, as soon as I heard that phrase, all my expectations went immediately to, oh, this is going to be slow and boring. So I've actually been enjoying it.
That's
though.
a great way to put it. It is very boring.
but creepy
It's the
though.
best way to watch a movie.
I
Go in low.
I've learned that a lot.
I like to go in high.
Well, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
go
was
to
I was
drugs.
really bored watching it, and it really felt like a chore to finish. I knew I had to finish it
On
because
the
I had to give a review
boardwalk.
on it. And the
On the boardwalk.
problem is it could have been a lot scarier. There's like an element to this show that could have made it like there could have been a ton more scares. It could have been really scary, and obviously this guy knows what he's doing. I wonder why he didn't make this show scarier if like his intention was to kind of pivot away from just the scares into the romance aspects of the story. Once Matt kind of told me that after I finished the first 4 or 5 episodes, then my expectations also began to shift, and I could see that it was, kind of well made. But I was just so bummed that he went the route that he did and didn't make the show scarier. And a lot of people are liking the show. I hear a lot of people saying that it's great, but just not for me. So I have to go unflickable. 5.5 out of 10.
I'm happy about that because what I had no idea was the prequel. I said the prequel. I meant the prequel. I got through one episode of that, and I'm like, this fucking sucks, and I never watched it again. And I'm so glad.
The Hill
now.
House?
There you go.
Yeah.
You didn't like Hill House or Bly Manor?
No, the first one.
No, the first one's
The
great.
Hill House.
No,
No,
the first
I
one's
watched
great.
one episode. I'm like,
Well, you should watch more because it's
and then Matt
fantastic.
said to me on that time, he's like, well, it's not really horror. And I'm like, yeah, I'm out.
The first season
Yeah,
is,
the first
though.
season is just totally horror.
It's not good.
Ooh.
It's really good. You're crazy for thinking that Hill House
Maybe
is
I
not
just don't
good.
have. Maybe I like my scares a little more.
Maybe you should put more
tightly
time into
packed.
it.
Hold on, I'm not. we don't have to hate each other.
Yeah, this is an
We don't have to hate
amazing.
each other here.
Caelan's like opening up the horror show genre.
What Matt
Caelan's
said
face
is
mask is
at
pumping
least-
me into
what
this.
Matt said to me is he says there's at least one good scare every episode.
Yeah.
And I watched episode 1, and if you call any of those scares a good scare, I'm not doing this for 12 fucking episodes. There were 0 good scares.
What is? I guess
Dawson's wrong.
this would be too much of a spoiler, but when I think of a good scare, I think of like I know one particular scene.
Like a well-structured sentence on Wikipedia.
When I think of a good scare,
Not all of us can afford all the streaming services, Matt.
do you? Yeah, that's very true. Do you remember Independence Day, the hospital scene, or when they're slicing the alien open?
Sure.
And that
Not
when
sure if I call it a hospital, but
not
once you
hospital,
clarified,
the
I knew
lab.
exactly what scene
The
you were
lab.
talking about.
Yeah, we know.
yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
scene. That's a good scare. It's a good jump
That is
scare, I
good.
guess.
And I will say that there is one jump scare in Hill House which scared me worse than I've ever been scared watching anything in my life.
Dawson will never know.
Do you?
And it's spoiler alert, it's later into the season.
Look,
after
it's
it was a while
actually-
before there were a couple scares.
All it is the horror industry versus me. Can I watch more movies than they put out?
I think
so.
Yeah.
I was
don't know. I don't
legitimately
think so.
jumped out of my seat
Yeah.
when I watched that scene.
What happens when you get a jump scare? Because you watch these movies alone,
Yeah.
and do you say anything? Is there anything vocal that you say when it happens?
Well, I'm normally with my girlfriend who's already fallen asleep at that point.
Okay.
So I try to keep it as quiet as possible so I don't either wake her up or look like a puss. So I try to hide it.
Yeah?
But sometimes in that one scene in the first season, I screamed and jumped out. I was so legitimately scared and surprised by it.
Do you scream a word, or is it like, oh, shit?
Probably oh fuck.
Oh, you go, oh,
fuck. Probably no fuck.
Okay.
Marion got me off the couch
Yeah, it's great.
at least
Wow.
fucking 20
Marion is
times.
fantastic.
Really?
That is a fucking scare fest.
Well, see, you guys have common ground there, which I love. There you go. So Marion, and if it was in English, Gary would be so down.
No.
I was talking to Chris. Chris, you were suggesting some scary things for me to watch yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
You said, "Oh, I hear that The Lodge is very good. My friend liked it a lot. He would recommend it."
No, well, Matt saw The Lodge. I said The Lie.
Oh, The Lie. That's right. The other one of the Blumhouse movies that I did last week. He said The Lie. My friend loves horror. He would suggest it, although he didn't care for Hereditary. And I went, nah, all
Very
right.
true.
Red flag.
Yeah.
You got me so excited for a second.
Caelan was done. I love how you're taking recommendations from me, though. Like, what? Makes no sense. All right, well, that'll do it for Watercooler. Let's get our plugs in and GTFO. I'm going to start over here with Caelan. Caelan, what do you suggest our listeners check out?
Oh, don't worry about me.
Okay. Gary, what would you like to plug, sir?
It's been a minute since I did it, but I'll plug Chunk Nibbles. They sent us a huge care package,
Chunk Nibbies.
including,
Oh my God.
and I'm going to give these to Matt,
God, those look so good.
a couple of unreleased flavors that are coming soon.
Wow.
They also sent us.
Are we allowed to be talking about these on air?
I'm doing it, so yes, so.
gonna eat
They also
full
sent
batch.
us a new form factor I'd never seen before. These are little like grab and go
shit.
packages.
Vending machine.
Right.
Yeah.
Perfect for a vending machine size. It says that they are 2 ounces, so approximately 1/35 the size of a frog. But these are. Thank you.
Big
Wondering
fucking
if I was
frog.
an ever.
my God, good.
But yeah, so chunknibbles.com or on any social media, and new promo code because the Bobo Boy Army has been so supportive. WoofWoof15.
But the last code was Wolf Wolf 10.
Last code was just Woof Woof, but
Oh,
it would
yeah.
get you 10. But because you guys have been so loyal and so supportive, new code for the holiday season, Woof Woof 15.
That's
Check it
just
out.
good fucking business.
And
Where'd
you
your
guys-
cousin go to school?
He went to Michigan State,
There we go.
and the
15% off.
I will
That's a
also
deal.
say,
Damn.
as Dawson said, this is a perfect vending machine size. Also, great stocking stuffer. This is
Yeah.
a great thing. Get a bunch of these for the family. Throw them in everyone's stocking.
You hear that, Chunk
Yeah.
Nibbles?
Little,
Christmas is coming. Send us a whole bunch of those.
Right when I
so
saw-
we can give them to other people in our family.
Yeah, right when I saw those, I thought, oh, they got little crack packs.
Oh, look at that. They already heard me.
I think we're good. Oh, we got hooked up.
Yeah, anyway.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, so.
And if you haven't eaten these
that?
things, they are
Sure.
better than crack.
Yeah.
And I know
Or we call them dime
because
bags.
I smoked crack.
Yeah. That's very. Oh, let's get it clean right now for the holiday season. Chunk Nibbles.
Ho, ho, ho. All you wonderful people out there. Chunk Nibbles.
Whoa!
Hold on! Is that how you do your VO? What are you doing?
That got vaguely
What
racial
are
out of
you
nowhere.
doing?
No, it didn't.
Whoa!
It did not.
Did it? It didn't. It
No,
didn't.
no.
It didn't.
All right.
All right. Let's get it clean. Let's get it clean.
Right.
A Chunk Nibbles endorsement from Mike Dawson.
Hey! I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Just in case they want it for the commercial, because they've been using our ad or our phrase in their ads.
It's not gonna. No.
So, but yeah, definitely check out Chunk Nibbles.
fast.
Chunk or Wolf Wolf 15, the promo code. Get the crack packs or any size you want. Matt,
You
so
could
you-
follow me on the Twitter at Matt Fondiler, and I will echo something Caelan said earlier, which is one of the better horror movies of recent years to watch, is a movie called The Descent. And I'm going to just tease it for the Patreon show. I loaned it to Dawson last week, and I hope that fucker reviews it on that Patreon show because I want to hear his take.
Oh, interesting. Because we know what Caelan thinks, we know what Matt thinks, but Dawson's views.
He's a tough critic when it comes to horror.
He's the Simon Cowell of our horror panel here, so I'm kind of nervous.
I'm actually nervous that he hasn't talked to me about it because I feel like it means he's already watched it and he didn't like it.
No, it all meant moving some gear around, and then I finally moved the gear around to the place where I watch movies, and because everything's digital now, I don't have the DVD player in this place.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, all right, I'm going to watch this. I got to watch it before Monday because I got to talk to Matt about it. And by the time I put it on, finally fucking sat down, like, all right, it's time to watch a movie. I look at the clock, which is right under the TV. It says 10:45. And it's last night.
Great time to watch horror movies.
It's last night. It's Sunday night. I'm like, nope, I'm going to fucking bed. I turned everything off and went to sleep.
Oh, well, maybe for
No
the
problem.
Patreon show.
Listen, I'm actually glad. I would rather you have not watched it yet than you watched it and you hated it and you've been too embarrassed to tell me about it.
Yeah.
Maybe for the Patreon show, which anybody listening to this show can easily subscribe to. It's very affordable. We have different tiers, and all you got to do is go to patreon.com/watercooler. Very easy, very simple. All right, Das, up at you.
A while back, actually, the first audiobook I released in 2020 is a Beatles audiobook. It's called The Walrus Was Paul, The Great Beatle Death Clues.
Yes.
And it's all about how the Paul is dead thing and then all the weird shit that happened throughout all the Beatles and all their albums and all the weird symbolism in the covers and the songs and the backward lyrics and all the fucking shit surrounding that. It's a pretty awesome book written by R. Gary Patterson. I did the audiobook, released it. And you'd think that Beatles books, especially cult ones, would do pretty well. Mm-hmm. Oh, we sold 93 copies. And so essentially I make zero money unless these books sell. Let's get to 100.
Yes.
Let's get to 100 audiobooks.
And it's Halloween
and
season.
Then we're only 98% away of where we need to be in order to make any money off of it.
There you go.
Let's start with 100. It's called The Walrus Was Paul, The Great Beatle Death Clues. Please buy it.
Yeah, and it is and the artwork done by our very own Pixel Fund.
Hell yeah.
Very, very impressive stuff. As for me, once again, please check out the Patreon, patreon.com/watercooler. Chuck, Nibbles, the two flavors that we got, the secret flavors, peppermint and cookies and cream. So, cookies and cream, one of my favorite flavors for anything. I love Oreo. I'm a big Oreo guy. I eat Oreos in front of Corolla. Drives them nuts. I don't care. Oreos are delicious. And as for the plug...
It's not for Oreos. You know that Oreo cookie crust they do in some pies?
Yeah.
That's what these chunk nibbles are like.
Yeah. Then that's how you know it's good, because those are always delicious.
Some good shit.
As for the plug, please check out Days of Thunder. It's a show that Gary and I work very hard on. We love doing it, and it's a very funny show. If you like this show, I think you'll love Days of Thunder, davesofthunder.com, and we also do videos on YouTube, so check that out.
And we have a very exciting outing coming up.
Field trip coming up. All right, that'll do it for Watercooler. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We'll see you for Patreon. We love you.